India said Chinese army carried out proactive acts on 29, 30 and 31st August even as talks to defuse tensions went on. In response to a media query on the recent development in the India-China border areas, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said that India has taken up the matter of recent proactive and aggressive action with Chinese side through both diplomatic and military channels. He said India has urged them to discipline and control their frontline troops from undertaking such proactive actions. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh will visit Moscow, Russia from 3rd to 5th September at the invitation of Defense Minister of Russian Federation General Sergei Shoigu. He will attend the combined meeting of Defense Minister of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Collective Security Treaty Organization and Commonwealth of Independent States member states in commemoration of the 75th anniversary of victory in the World War II. During his visit, Rajnath Singh is also scheduled to meet Defense Minister General Shoigu to discuss bilateral cooperation and issues of mutual interest. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that India wholeheartedly endorses the broad concept of working towards ensuring a trustworthy, dependable and reliable supply chain in the Indo-Pacific region. Addressing the ministerial level meeting on supply chains in the Indo-Pacific region, Goyal said that the diversification of the supply chain is critical for managing the risks associated with the supply of inputs, including disciplining price volatility. Coal India Limited will invest over 1.22 lakh crore rupees on development of nearly 500 projects related to coal evacuation, infrastructure, project development, exploration and clean coal technologies in the country. The investment aims at making India self-reliant in terms of coal and achieve the production target of 1 million tons by 2023-2024. Addressing a stakeholders meet organized by Coal India Limited, Coal and Mines Minister Prahlad Joshi said involvement of all concerned stakeholders in company's affair will reduce and uncover the project risks. Supreme Court has given telecom companies 10 years to clear adjusted gross revenue dues of around 1.43 lakh crore rupees to the centre. A bench of Justice Arun Mishra, S. Abdul Nazir and M.R. Shah agreed with the centre's plea that staggered payment option be given to bail out the companies. The court, however, made it clear that the companies have to pay the dues without further review as it granted the firm a 10-year window. Government gave its note to 27 projects under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana for development of integrated cold chains and value addition infrastructure in the country. The new integrated cold chain projects will generate direct and indirect employment for over 16,000 people and benefit nearly 2,57,000 farmers. Union Minister of Food Processing Industries Harsimrat Kaur Badal said saving the perishable produce by provisioning adequate infrastructure will help in augmenting farmers' income and will also act towards making India self-reliant in the fruits and vegetables sector. Sumit Nagal stormed into the second round of ongoing US Open tennis on Tuesday night. Nagal defeated Bradley Clan of USA 6-1, 6-3, 3-6, 6-1 in the first round of the US Open to progress further into the tournament. With this result, the 23-year-old Nagal has become the first Indian to win a singles main draw match at a Grand Slam in the last 7 years. Facebook has announced a series of measures intended to stop its misuse during the forthcoming general elections in Myanmar. Announcing the measures on Monday, Facebook committed itself to ensure the integrity of Myanmar's election on its platform. It also announced the formation of a team with members from civil society dedicated to Myanmar. Facebook has decided to remove misinformation that could lead to voter suppression or damage the electoral process. Misinformation and rumors would be removed from the Facebook platform.